Hey, good afternoon. So, I thought I'd put this out. Fun, actually, some notes I made back in January, which is interesting. And so, a few months have gone by, and terrible, right? She posted, "What is going on, and what are they trying to cover up with all of this that's going on?" Some of the notes I made. So, obviously, started with Ukraine war, that was on the cusp of things. And then we went with Big Pharma. Jab was never tested. Ivermectin did work, and they knew it. Ukraine war, just a proxy war. NATO put in. Um, that's how that's working. Worked at a financial collapse. So that's all the greatest and the largest bank collapse since 2008 in history occurred, but nobody's talking about that anymore. Great reset with the WEF and the WHO. Nobody's talking about that anymore. What is their end game? That's always interesting, right? Climate change. Nobody's talking about the fires that spontaneously lit up along the entire border of Canada, lit up an entire province. The polar caps actually expanded in the last 10 years, just so we all know. But the climate war, or climate warfare, continues. And ultimately, the biggest of all things that seems to keep coming to light, but yet stays in the darkness, is child trafficking. So I wanted to put this out there because I thought it was interesting that I kind of put these things down. I don't know if I put them exactly in the right order. I think Big Pharma came before Ukraine war, but I think Ukraine war was because of the pandemic and the warfare that was going on, chemical warfare, biological warfare that was being tested in Ukraine. And thus you have the Ukraine war, which really was preemptive to the pandemic. So, but anyways, wanted to put that out there. Thought it was interesting that I, again, made these notes probably back 5, 6 months ago, and just thought, how do we play this out? And what are they trying to hide? And what are they trying to keep the American people from paying attention? Trump's still fighting his battles in courts. We got an election coming up in November. Um, we got all these friggin' protests, which are just absolutely insane. See people calling for the National Guard. But at the same time, I think that's exactly what they want is National Guard. But all I tell you is history repeats itself. Watch out for a Kent State false flag. That's what I would tell you. But ultimately, message out to everybody, but I'm going to tag Terrible in it just because she had asked the question, what are they trying to hide from us or what are they trying to distract from us? Well, I think it just listed out for what's been going on for the last 5 months. And so many things, maybe it'll make everybody kind of think about it, right? There's a lot of things that have happened, a lot of things that have occurred, a lot of things that continue to occur, and yet everybody keeps taking our eye off the ball. So, again, going to tag you Terrible. Just because you asked, and like I said, found these notes from 5 months ago and some thoughts that I was putting together for a timeline of maybe a little bit of a history of what's going on, and sure as hell still going on. I think in the end all be all, it goes back to child trafficking um, and the biological warfare that was happening in Ukraine. But the child trafficking goes back a whole lot farther. And if you remember, there was a high ranking official in the Trump administration who resigned because he was involved with the Florida case when Epstein got his little sweetheart of a plea deal. And he said he didn't want it to hurt the administration. And so he resigned. Um, that was a big red flag for me because it was all of a sudden, it was out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, Epstein was a thing until it wasn't, right? Because they don't talk about it anymore. But yet there's still a lot of stuff going on. So it seems to me, I guess the answer to your question, Terrible, is they're trying to make us not think about with all this stuff. What I mean, child trafficking and so many children in the world being trafficked and sex slaved, and wars are being fought over it financially, um, bombs, bioweapons, climate change being thrown in there. Now you got the activism. You got everything under the sun being thrown at you to make you forget about how did this all start. Ukraine known for the child trafficking. So, anyways, maybe that'll stoke some thoughts. I'd love to hear other people's opinions on it. And terrible, maybe that's your answer. Hope you have a great day. God bless. Take care.